Hey guys, it's time to get back to my roots. This journey all began with, is that landscape? Yeah, portrait, landscape, YouTube's how-to videos. And we're going to do that today. CV Axle, Dodge Durango. I think this is like a 2013 or something. I'll put something in the description or whatever. But yeah, going through and fixing cars with no instructions, just experience. Looking at it, what do we got to do? That's how we do it. CV Axle, let's get down to business. We'll just go step by step. We got these little caps on the back of the brakes. Pop off with a screwdriver or hands. And I do believe it is a 11 millimeter Allen on the back of these. And they do that to piss you off. Because 11 millimeters don't come in sets that you would typically buy. Everything's 10 or 12 mil Allen. If you happen to have a cool torque set that includes TP sizes, I believe it's TP or TT or something, a 55 will work. But yeah, that's the scoop on that. Let's go ahead and grab some penetrant just because it's good practice. Just looking at this, I think what we're going to have to do is take the upper ball joint loose. And that's going to pull our steering knuckle forward and allow the CV axle to go back. Just put a little penetrant there. Put a little penetrant here. Sometimes those CV axles don't like to really come out, you know. So anything that we might have to take apart, it looks like we'll have to take this bolt off of the lower strut mount here. So, you know, just lube it up. Good practice. Take your CC impact. Best bang for your buck DIY impact I've found. I've tested a lot, been sent a lot. CC. It's in my Amazon store. Amazon store is in my bio of all my platforms and everything. It's a good one. They make a more powerful one, which I would love to test. CC, send me one. As with all Dodges, that was pretty rusty, but the CC took it right off. It's one of the smaller size axle nuts you'll find in the game. And that was a 32 millimeter. You can also use a 1 1/4. We want to make sure this axle shaft is gonna push back for us. There's a little dot in the middle for an air chisel, if you got one. I know there's a lot of DIYers watching this. There's a lot of tools they won't have, so I like to show multiple ways of doing things. And we want that axle nut to go on at least a few threads. If you're reusing the axle nut, make sure it's flush with the end of the axle if you're gonna hammer on it and don't have an air chisel. We have a new axle nut and CV axle, so we don't have to worry about hurting nothing. I don't feel like juicing up my compressor, so yeah, looks like it's pushing back. Let's just triple check. Doesn't stick out the end of there very much. Oh yeah, she's a moving. We're good. It's not froze inside the hub. Sometimes they do that, especially in the Rust Belt. Freeze in really good. Hub splines and CV axle. Step by step, step by step. A little swig of coffee. That's good. That's good stuff. All right, this one's broken free. Let's make sure this one's loosey-goosey. All right, cool, cool. Oh, you little sucker. Sometimes they get a little stuck. Just turn them back the other way a little bit, and it'll free right up for you. Just a little mechanic experience there. We're gonna take this wheel speed sensor wire out of a couple of its looms and out of, yeah, that might be enough. We might not have to mess with it any more than that just to get this extra slack from when it comes forward. We want to take the brake caliper off because we don't want to stretch the brake hose. So I will grab a caliper hanger. I've gotten a bunch of these from different tools. They just come in. I also have a homemade one out of brake line. Pretty cool, huh? Thought I'd show you that. Oh, customer just arrived to pick up a vehicle I just finished. Be right back. All right, fellas, back to work. Where were we? Oh yeah, we were going to take this here caliper off so that we don't stretch the brake hose. And if you've never seen this style before, what you want to do is get her nice and loose and push the pin back with a screwdriver so that it clears the bracket. You can look right down this crack and see it coming. And when you wiggle it out, ooh, this one wiggled out. We don't have to do anything fancy. That's because my bit has a good grip on it. Get off of there. There we go. While we're at it, clean and grease these. This one's pretty clean, but I'll still give it a quick wire wheeling and a little bit of grease. It is dry on the grease end of things. Yes, those are supposed to be greased with high temp silicone-based brake grease. I use Silglide by AGS. It's in my Amazon store. Buy it so I can get some money from commission. They did start selling Silglide at parts stores in little packages, little like 99-cent, $2 packages or whatever. Sometimes they come with your new brake pads. This one I had to use the screwdriver to get it coming. It's dry and it should have grease on it. Now, we want to get this caliper off. We have this little brackety doodah here. I'm just gonna grab my screwdriver, take it by the ear, and it's gonna go flying. Well, we'll see if we can get it to go flying. It's always fun when they go flying, but nah. You know, I don't always succeed in what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna go right from the rotor through this axis hole and push that caliper in. Pushed in real nice and good. Smooth calipers. I like it. So, boom. Do not drop the brake pad on the floor when you're using it. It landed plate side down, so that's good. No worries. A little bit of grease on your contact surface when we put it back together. So, just a little added bonus on that contact area. Where was that little S thing that I grabbed? Where did I put it, guys? Well, I still got this. Oh, there it is. It's over on my desk. This is a pretty hefty caliper. We'll put our little S-clip right there and hang it. We're going to want to take that ball joint off. So when we take the ball joint off, ooh, that insulator's popped out a little bit. Strut doesn't appear to be broken, though. We're probably going to want to put it on the coil spring, like so. Hey, tangling up. Because we're going to be taking this control arm off, and when it pops up, if it pops up, we don't want the caliper to go falling down. So we got our nut off, we got our axle nut, but we got our axle pushed in, it moved. Now ball joint. Tough to get an impact here. Impact is preferred. Using hand tools, most ball joints, including this one, has a little Allen or Torx or hex head on the end. So you can use a wrench on the nut and hold the stud still if it starts spinning on you. Little pro tip there. Let's figure out what size we need for this ball joint. Just grab a rack. We'll grab one a little bigger than that. We got here 21, and it looks like we can get away without using a deep well socket. So we're gonna grab a little swivel universal, make our lives easy, and grab the impact, pop it on there, and hopefully she just spins off without the stud spinning internally. We'll see. That appeared to be a little over torqued, possibly. It's alright. It's alright. Whatever. So, next thing we're gonna do is take our hammer right to the steering knuckle. You can see somebody's done it before, so I ain't scared to do this. Couple love taps. See, they really flattened it right here. I'm just gonna give it love tap. I'm gonna be a little more gentle than the last person. See, it just needs some vibrations to come loose. Didn't have to smash it as much as the last person. We want to make sure this axle comes all the way out there. And yeah, we may have to turn the wheel. Let's try. All right, so this will be a straight wheel turn right there. And sometimes you can get them out. Is it stuck? Is that what's going on? That's just that's as much as it gives us, folks. We might be able to turn the wheel even more, get that tie rod extended, see what happens. See if that gives us a little more action. Nope. This axle appears to be possibly hyperextended a little bit too. I don't want to juice up the air compressor, bro. Why are you doing this to me? Let's see if we can punch it out of there. Come on. You know what? Stop goofing off, Carl. You still got a little bit of juice in that air compressor. From earlier, doing tires. So, we will grab an air chisel. It's just gonna make our life easier. And a little punch bit. Let's see if we can get that axle to compress. I don't want to touch the tie rod if I don't have to. See? A little finesse-a-roo there. Now, I think we can turn the wheel this way. See what happens. Yeah, don't take something apart if you don't have to. And there we go, we are out. So she was just a little hyperextendy boy. All right, there we go. That's out. Woo, mama. There's that. Now we get to go through the process of taking this guy out. I have a bar I prefer to use with a nice little lip on it to get these axles out. I don't know why this bar just works like magic on CV axles. It's just a bar with a weird shaped lip on this side and a flat lip on this side to get different things. Fancy tools aren't always the most effective. Oh, this cradle's so much in the way. That I can't get the bar in. Let's try another bar. Let's try this super extendo bar. We can get that in there. Right on the edge of the lip of the CV axle that's stuck in there still. There we go. This one works pretty good too. And she's out. If we look at our new CV axle, it's a lot more heavy duty. See that little clip in there? That's what keeps it from coming in and out. It, like, as it goes in, it compresses. And there we go. We want to make sure our axles look fairly the same. I can tell this one's a more heavy duty replacement. We'll put it back together and line them up. Yeah, they look the same. Just one's a little redesigned, more heavy duty. We are not going to be able to put this through there. You see that? It won't. Like if we took the boot off, maybe. But it's not going to happen. We I'm gonna have to take this off and then bring that strut into bring that CV axle into this cavity. So we gotta find that. That's probably like a, what do you think, guys? 24 on that strut? Yeah, you guys were right, 24. Then on this other side, we have a 21 or 22. Let's grab this 21 that we already have one out. Yep, 21 on the other side. And, ooh, another drink of coffee. The only thing we're gonna have to look up for this, pretty important, your axle nut torque spec. Everything else, not a big deal to get a torque spec on, but you definitely want it for the axle nut. CC's got what it takes for the DIY. CC. See, that's a jingle right there. CC, you can use that, but I want my cut. All right. You even take it right out of this video, put a little music behind it. This is a pointed bolt. It is fine to hammer on. It's not flat. You won't hurt the threads. It's a little dry in there. Ooh, plenty of rust right there and there. PB peanut butter blaster to the rescue. Dries out all my nuts and bolts. There we go. Now we can take a screwdriver, hair chisel, whatever we want to use to get the rest of that bolt out. I've got this old Allen screwdriver. Kind of like cups right around the points of this style of bolt. I don't want to get my driver stuck in here. I already started doing, but nope. Because there is a little pressure. So once we get that far, we're gonna grab a long screwdriver, go right on the head of this bolt for the last little bit. There we go. A little bit of pressure, but not bad. I'll go ahead and clean and grease this before putting it back in, because those can freeze inside those bushings if they're not greased. Should be done by the factory, but the factory doesn't care about us. And bam, clean that up before you put it back in there. We're gonna need this strut to get out of the way, or the control arm to go down to put, see that? We're not getting much out of it, right? That's because we've got a sway bar connected, a tie rod connected, all that good stuff. We can loosen the bolts or the strut up top so that the strut moves, or we can loosen things so that the control arm moves. You got to do one or the other. So, good opportunity to change your CV axle seal while you're here. I'm gonna wash my hands, go to the bathroom, take a little break, and figure out which method I want to use here. It looks like it'll be really easy to take this sway bar out. It's got a nut right here, and we'll just zip it off with the air impact, and the sway bar will go out, and then we'll put the pry bar on there and see if this control arm will swivel enough. It swivels on this side, just looking at it. It may swivel on this side. We may have to just loosen these bolts. I don't know. We can loosen this strut extremely easily from the top side. Should be 3 bolts. And that actually might be the way to go on this. Just bring it back down, 3 bolts up top, then the strut will go wherever I want it. Yeah. I'm gonna bring the vehicle down. Be right back. We've got 3 13mm bolts right under the hood here. Get on there. Probably should have used an extender there, but whatevs. We'll just set these bolts right, or nuts right here, and let that strut fall down recklessly. Nothing wrong with that. Take this hood, boom. Don't close it all the way, and bring her back up in the air. What happens when you rush in all willy-nilly? What's in my hair? Anyways, keep your strut in there. I got the bolts just slightly loose for a little bit of play. Take your CV axle, put it in there. Don't seat it in. Crowbar down. Get that CV right there between the strut. Then we're gonna pop our CV axle in to where it goes. That's the way to actually do it. Don't need no manual. You just gotta wait like 10-15 minutes to figure out the right way to do it. I guess that's why there's YouTube videos, whatever. Pop her back in there. Those gentle little hammer taps. Not gonna hurt nothing. Quiet down. Perfecto. We fingered it out. Go ahead, take that nut back off. A little bit of grease for our hub to CV splines so they don't freeze up in the future. The next guy is gonna thank you. Go. Just a little bit there. Just a little. Not a whole lot. Grab our crowbar back out. Boom. Alright, this will be quick and easy now that we know what we're doing. Alright, I routed the strut, this wheel speed sensor. No worries. We'll just unplug it from right here. Ooh. Somebody's been in here before and boogered up this clip real nice and well. No worries. We'll grab a screwdriver and we'll get the tab to come up from the opposite side that it's supposed to. A little bit of mud and junk in there as well. And there we go. Now it's out. And take it out of here. And when we're done, we can route it behind the strut properly. It's no big deal. Ain't no thing. CV axle in its home. Bring our strut back up into position. Let's go. Yups, days. Ah! Come on. There we go. Got her started. Remember, we got a point on that bolt, so it'll kind of guide itself through for the most part. Come on. Strut needs to twist a little. Grab this little pry bar, and we'll go like this. We'll go like this. Where are we at? Oh, we gotta go more. More pressure. I cannot hammer worth a crap with my left hand. It's almost a useless left hand. Put our nut on. We'll just put her on loose. Take this sway bar, shove her in the hole. And we don't really want to put tap skis and ruin the threads on this sway bar. Do as I say, not as I do. There we go. That's not the right nut. That's the BJ nut. Sway bar nut's right here. There we go. And come on, baby. Here we go. That's through. We get our little nut just started on it. Bada boom. Get our ball joint nut ready to roll. Control arm. Pry it down. Jack up on your control arm if you have to. We shouldn't have to. Remember, I kind of shoved this up to get it out of the way. Bushings are a little stiff. That's all right. Get it through the hole. Get that nut started. All right. We're going to go wham bam, tighten this, 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 and this. And I'm not even going to worry about the sensor till the brakes are put back together because it clips into that brake line with the other clips. Bada boom! Axle nut, 229 foot-pounds. Brakes. Grease those pins, tighten them down, put the caps back on. Wheel speed sensor, wire and harness in all the loops and connected. Tight on the strut, tight on the sway bar, tight on the ball joint. Put this brake clip back in right here. The way I might as well show you doing this. I need two hands. But boom, 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 boom. Get the brake clip in, and oh yeah, I tightened down the strut bolts, the 13th up top. I didn't forget about those boys. Let's get that brake clip in, and then we will torque our lug nuts. How do I put this in this device? That's accidentally clicked off the camera. Anyways, torque your lug nuts to spec, take it for test drive, make sure there's no funny noises or anything, and you'll be good to go. I think all I need is maybe a hammer or a screwdriver for this style. Okay, that's where I put all my screwdrivers. Goofy, goofy. I like to get, on most of these style, I like to get the clippy boys in first. But on this style, I'll just go like that. We've got both of our wings behind the bracket. We got this one, clip it in. Make sure it's clipped in all the way. See, like this way, it kind of like has to go in. And they just pop in like that. You do a couple thousand of them, you'll put them in that fast. I know a lot of people get annoyed with them, but you know, whatever. I did confirm this was a 2013. I will attempt to look at what years this works for. I think it's 2011 to, I don't know, something over 2013. Description. Catch you later.